Hey you guys, welcome back. Today, let's start off. Today I was supposed to go to therapy, but I didn't go. And it's not because I didn't want to. I will be starting next week. And but last night what really kept me up, and I'm tired. I'm probably gonna go to sleep after this. I'm tired. I'm tired. Even though I woke up at like 3 o'clock, I'm ready to go to sleep. But before I do go to sleep, this is day 3 of my journey for this semester, all the way up until May. And what kept me up last night is I kept thinking about, my very first psychotic break, which happened my junior year in the month of November before Thanksgiving. And the people that I hurt, which in turn, since I hurt them, it messed with me because I felt I was guilty. And the things that I wish I could have said to the certain people when the opportunity presented itself, or when I was in my right mind, and how I could have addressed the situation differently, so I wouldn't have so I'd have closure. Because like I've had about, I don't know, 3 or 4 about 3 or 4 different psychotic episodes, but I'm just gonna focus on the first one. And the first one was just very new to me. Didn't know what I was going through until you go to the mental institution and they tell you, hey, you had a psychotic break, and I was going through it. So, but yeah, what I did do though, because I use ChatGPT. So if you guys went through something and you didn't get closure, what the hell is that? It's like a blue little dot. But it's probably from the light. It's from the light. But I went to ChatGPT and I wrote out the situation that I went through. So like it was like our own little personal therapist, and I told the situation from the beginning to the end, and all the questions that I had for why people did what they did, how did they react. Yes, it may not have given me the answer that a person would have given me, but it did inquire within and give me a lot of multiple different perspectives. And it also told me how can I move on from it. And one of the things that they recommended was writing a letter, but don't send it to the person, but write a letter that you wish you could have said to the person in that moment, and it's for your own personal closure. And they told me to forgive myself, and one thing I am trying to work on is forgiving my past action and focusing on my future. And so what I did from that is I recorded voice memos in my phone to people, not for everybody, but the people that had a significant impact, or the people I wanted to apologize to during my college things. And some people I did not bring up, because I thought they were either I moved on for those situations, or I already found closure with those individuals. So I did not address to those people. But in my phone, in my voice recordings, though, I have the names of the college people that I wish I could have said to them, in that moment, for my own personal closure. So once I did all that, by the time I got done, it was 8 o'clock in the morning. That was my therapy appointment, so I didn't go to it. So I guess I was doing my own therapy over my past, because I'm trying to move on, man. I'm tired of thinking about the what ifs and all that. I'm ready. It's a new year. It's 2025. I'm ready to move on with life. I'm ready to even move on from college. I'm ready to be done. So I'm looking at my teeth. I want my braces so bad, but back to the point. I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to be done. But yeah, so that's what I did all night, and that really helped me. Then my mom sent me money to get my hair done. So sooner or later, I'm going to be starting my dreads this year. It's probably going to be, I think my hair is going to be done before February, hopefully. So that is great, because then it'll mark the first time me getting my dreads, and I will be tracking that progress on YouTube, and you guys will see that. And what else? Be tracking my progress. I also updated my vision board. Should I show you guys my vision board? what I'm gonna do is, I don't know, I feel like that's a little bit personal because it's my vision, and some, like, if I want to talk about it with you guys, I will, but it's my vision board, and I feel like that's between me and God, and you know, it's just too personal. And I feel like when you share like your goals or your aspirations with people, some people be preying on your downfall, or if you don't meet what you said on your goal list and they see you as a failure, or they be like, well, you said you was gonna do this and you didn't do that, and you said you gonna do this but you didn't do that. Like, they start critiquing and judging you. So I'm like, I'm good. So, but if I want to tell you guys, I mean, as you can see, I'm telling you the things that I want to do, you know, but you don't know what my vision board says. But I will just say this: once this year is over with, then I will look back on to see if I accomplished it, and the proof will be in the pudding when you see me and see that how much I've grown from day 3 to day 100, or day 3 to day 365 or 265. So yeah. So today I'm considering going to the gym tomorrow. I have not yet, but I have to pick up a package, so I'm gonna be doing that tomorrow. I know for sure. I'm tired, so I'm probably gonna be going to sleep soon. So I finished my vision board. I wrote in my journal, it's called Healthy in the Hustle, and oh, that's my dryer. I did laundry today too, and I took a shower. Yeah, I did. It's called Healthy in the Hustle. It's a Christian book. Somebody have given it to me, and she knows who she is. And I stopped it, but now that I'm going back, I am focusing on like doing that, you know, every single day. It's called Healthy in the Hustle, and I feel like that's very important because when you do decide to hustle, you have to be healthy with the decisions that you make, and also you have to you got to be healthy with decisions they make, and you also have to put God first before anything. And I think that's what that book really, or that journal really helps you with. So yeah, I did that. And the scripture that I'm focusing on is Psalms 91, because after my first psychotic break, it really brought me down. Like, it was different from when I got shot. You know, it just felt like, because before I had my psychotic break, that first one, I felt like everything was going right, but I didn't know how much I was wearing myself out. Because I had the job, you know, I had a car, I had a good friend, a good friend that, how can I describe to know that who she is? She was the person, we lived in the same apartment building, and we lived on the same floor at the time. I don't live in that apartment, I live in a different apartment now, but at that time we lived in the same apartment. Well, not the same apartment, we lived on the same floor. And I remember when I was like really down, that's when I went to her, and she know who she is based on that description. So I had a really good friend. My hair was beautiful. My body was getting to where I wanted to go. My grades were great. Things just seemed like they were going right. And then I had a psychotic break. I was going to, was I going to church? Oh, I wasn't going to church, but I was studying the Bible and I was reading, but I wasn't going to church. I hadn't, and maybe that probably was led to it too, but I was reading my Bible. I was studying. If you could ask the girl I'm talking about, when she came in my room, on my wall, like, I had scriptures and stuff. I was really focused on like the David and Goliath story. So yeah. But yeah, so this seemed like things were going right, and then all that happened, and it really messed with me. Like, my attack on my mind to the point that I embarrassed my own self with things that I did. So yeah. So yeah, I'm just working through forgiving myself. And the person I talked to somebody else that's from my church back home, and she was like, somebody told her, and she knows what I'm talking about, that the rear view mirror is smaller than the windshield that you see through when you look, you know. And what I took from that is like, your past is smaller than what's in front of you. So focus on what's in front of you instead of what happened in the past. The past is the past for a reason. It's called the past for a reason. It's not called the future. It's called the past. So focus on what's in front of you and not what's behind you, because what's behind you, when you look in that rearview mirror, is smaller than what's the windshield that is in front of you. So I feel like that was very important. But so hopefully I go to the gym tomorrow and I pick up this package. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow until it actually gets here, but I know I want to go to sleep. What else did I do today? I ate. Also, there's another thing that I need to mention. Right now I'm in 7 classes. I think I have like 17 or I think I got 18 credit hours, 17 or 18 credit hours. I'm in 6 classes. And last semester I was fighting depression and I didn't pass one of my classes. So now I'm just trying to add one more class on so I can get out of here, because I'm done with it's not that, well, I'm done with Pitt State. Like, I've just been through a lot in here. And when I was in high school, I thought I was going through a lot because my house was constantly getting shot up. But then I go to college and it's just like, okay, it's, just because you escape to another place doesn't mean that it'll be better than the place that you left. So, not saying that there weren't some good memories, but I feel like the bad outweighed the good when it comes to college. And I'm ready to, close this chapter in my life and just start on the next chapter, and pray for the best. And from what I learned this chapter, I hope that the next chapter will be better. And even if I do stumble and I do, get attacks from the enemy, which is the devil, I hope to, instead of trusting in myself, I hope to put my trust in God and fight and not just give up like I've done a lot. And that didn't used to be me, but see, that's the thing though. Sometimes it's like when I got Crohn's disease, in high school, and my house was getting shot up, and even that didn't derail me from trying to fight and get out of, which led me to college. And then before I went to college, I got shot. Like the month before, July, school started in August. In July, I got shot. And I was like, I'm trying to figure out, like, that didn't stop me. That pushed me. Like, now I was sad. I'm not saying I wasn't, because I couldn't walk, but what motivated me was the excitement of college. I was like, cool. And I was even, some days, like, even when I couldn't go to the classes, I'd still go to classes on my little scooter, I was fighting to go to class. So, and then I was fighting. And then as soon as I had my psychotic break, it was just like, boom. So what I'm trying to say is, it's like, you that fighter in the ring, and no matter how many times they knock you down, you keep fighting. You still have that motivation and that purpose within you to fight. And then you come against that one opponent that scares you to the point that you no longer want to step back in the ring. And that's where I got to. And then when you did step back in the ring, you didn't even need the big giant to scare your ass. Shit, they could say, Izzy, it's time for you to fight again. Your opponent's in the ring waiting. And instead of like going out and seeing who you fighting, you don't even go out and see who you fighting no more. You no longer want to go out and fight. That's what I'm trying to say. You no longer want to go out and fight anymore. You don't want to, you too scared to step back in and even give it your best shot, because you are afraid that once you start fighting again and you overcome that attack, then there'll be a new attack, or you don't know what's going to come of it. You know what I mean? Is the fight worth fighting anymore? And that's the thing. In my whole life, I've been fighting different things, and I know that other people got it out there worse. I'm not saying that they don't, but it's different looking at somebody's situation and actually being in somebody's situation. And sometimes the other things that somebody else is going through might not seem that big of a deal to you. And it's not because you're not facing it. It's just because you might have, that's not your fight or your struggle that you need to go through. Your fight is the fight that will either press you forward or move you backwards into a corner to the point that you're scared to get back up and recover and fight. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, with the little things that I've overcome, and some people some people don't say, oh, you don't have to fight for nothing. You haven't gone through anything. Some people think that, but they aren't me. And you don't understand somebody until you actually are in a situation and you actually got to face it. Even when you think it's easy for them. Even when you think they got it easy. But I've been backed in the corner, and I was afraid to open my Bible because I feel like every time I opened my Bible, bad stuff would happen, or when I got back up, got in the ring, something bad would happen, and I'd be like, and it'd be something like, right? So everything that happened to me was physical, but then it got to my mental, and then I wasn't really taking care of my mental health like I should have been. That's another thing. But I just, I got so many goals and stuff that I want to accomplish. And I still want to accomplish. It's never left me. But I don't know, but right now I'm just focused on moving forward, and I have this as a series. This series goes on all the way until May, until I'm done with college, which is in May. But after this series, then there will be a new series for whatever comes next. And it'll probably just be like the summertime. So it'll probably be like May 31st through July 31st. And I know the summer is after that, but I'm doing it based on some semesters. And that'll be another series. And then August through December will be another series. And then on repeat, then it'll be January through May, June through the end of July, then August all the way to December, because that's how they do it in the school system. You know what I mean? So that's how I'm based in putting my life in my series based on semester periods. So yeah. But so I'm deciding to get back up and fight. And I don't want to give up. I don't want to give up anymore. And if I might have my moments where I feel defeated, but just because you feel defeated doesn't mean you that you take and eat that defeat. You can, what I mean? What I mean by take and eat it is you sitting in your defeat. You can still stand up and fight while even feeling defeated. Like America said, I can do this all day. Get up and fight. And that's what I will encourage you to do, and I'm encouraging myself to do in this very moment with anything and everything that you're struggling. And to know that you're not alone. You're not. So, yeah. So those voice memos, I don't know if I would delete them. I think I'm going to always keep them on my phone just to remind myself what I've overcome, and hey, one day, shoot, I might pass away, and then somebody will look back and be like, look at Izzy's phone, look at her voice memos, see those letters, and maybe those people will hear those letters, and, and even without me knowing, it'll do something that I don't even know. And even if they don't, I'll be happy either way, because it wasn't for them, it was for me. And forgiving myself and moving on, because the windshield is bigger than the mirror that's in the past, that looks at the past. So yeah, but that's about it. So hopefully tomorrow I go to the gym, and when I do work out, I'm only working out Monday through Friday. I'm not working out on the weekends because I don't have a car. I'm riding the bus. So yeah, and I'm thinking about working out tomorrow and Friday because since I'm going back to the gym for the first time, my body will hurt. So I'm just trying to get back into it. And then if my body hurts, then it'll give my body some time to Saturday and Sunday, or even Friday. Say I work out really hard Thursday and Friday, I'm hurting. Then I could take 3 days to for my body to recover, and then Monday I can get back to it. Or Tuesday, because school starts Tuesday, because Monday is Martin Luther King Day. So, yeah. Bye. Thank you for listening on day 3